This week on WestfordCAT News, fire damages a house on Groton Road. The superintendent has good news to share.
Thank you, and I look forward to continuing to work for a school system and a town that I have so deeply loved.
WestfordCAT has a new board of directors who are springing into action. Stay tuned. WestfordCAT News is next. Chuck DiDonato stared in disbelief on April 19th at the remains of the multifamily house he manages at 472 Groton Road. But there was no denying the extensive damage caused by the fire just 2 nights earlier. The house had been undergoing renovations, according to a notice provided by Westford Fire Lieutenant Don Parsons. At around 10:30 that night, a neighborhood observer reported that flames were shooting out of a second-floor window in the 3-story house. Fortunately, no one was hurt, as the house was vacant. DiDonato said the renovations were nearing completion. "I was 1 week away from having it ready to rent," he said. In January 2018, the Board of Health had condemned the house after receiving complaints from tenants that there was no running water and 2 units had no heat. Stay tuned. WestfordCAT will bring you updates as this story develops. Bill Olson will remain the superintendent of the Westford School District for at least another year now that the school committee has approved a 1-year contract. Chair Avery Adam announced the news on April 21st. The committee's vote reverses a previous 6-1 vote to deny the contract. Here's Adam.
I know we're all experiencing difficult and uncertain times, and the school committee wanted to share some positive news with the Westford community. The school committee and the superintendent have reached a 1-year contract agreement, and we look forward to continuing work together to implement the goals of the district and keep Westford moving towards the future and moving forward. So at that point, I just wanted to let people know where we were with that before we go on to the next approval.
And I just say thank you, and I look forward to continuing to work for a school system and a town that I have so deeply loved and try to commit some hard work to. And so thank you.
Adams said the committee voted on the new 1-year contract in executive session on March 6th. Details will be made public as soon as all parties have signed the contract, she added. WestfordCAT will keep you updated. To watch the entire school committee meeting on demand, visit westfordcat.org. WestfordCAT's newly slated board of directors and staff met for its first Zoom conference this week. The 6 newly elected directors met on April 21st, with a full agenda presided over by Select Board member Tom Clay and outgoing WestfordCAT board member Nancy Burns. In a brief presentation, Marketing Outreach Director Sarah Fletcher noted, "We're keeping the community connected with our information." One issue, the station's lease, is ending this winter. Elected to 1- and 2-year terms were Jack Wang, Treasurer, Christy Bates, President, Susan McNeil-Spooler, Vice President, Diane Wood, Clerk, and members Marilyn Cattler and Bob Jeffries, a former Select Board member. 3 liaisons from the Select Board, School Committee, and Neshoba Tech will also serve as directors. Residents who would like to become a member at WestfordCAT are encouraged to email Sarah Fletcher at sfletcher@westfordcat.org. For a nominal fee, members can use WestfordCAT's resources and equipment.
Hi, it's Patty Stalker here from WestfordCAT, doing a Zoom recording from my home with Crystal Arnott, who's the Marketing and Fundraising Manager for the Lowell Humane Society. And we are featuring our Adoptable Pet of the Week segment. And this is, Crystal, how are you, by the way?
I'm good, thank you so much.
Okay, good. So who's this guy?
This is Choopy, and Choopy is a 10-year-old domestic short hair looking for a home. He is clearly very handsome and super duper sweet. He came into us, he was having some issues in the prior home with other, with having blood in his urine. We were able to figure out that that was highly stress related, and he's doing well now. He's not having that issue any further. But he's an absolute love bug. He loves to be held and pet. His favorite thing is to give hugs. He will just sit like this all day long if you let him. And he's just super sweet. He was in a foster home for a little while and it was a little too busy for him. So we found out that he really would love a home that has maybe older kids or teenage kids and up. A lot of noise and hustle bustle really stresses him out. Maybe another really relaxed cat would be okay, but he really does not like dogs at all. That is too stressful for him. But he's very social. He loves to be around people. He wants to be with you all the time. So far today, he's been sitting up on this desk every time I try to do something. He's a really good pandemic pal if you're looking for somebody to keep you company while you're working from home. He's just a complete love bug. We are looking for an adopter that has had a vet in the past that they've had a relationship with. He's not on any special diets right now, but we will need to monitor what's going on with him to make sure he doesn't continue or have another relapse of having blood or crystals in his urine.
So with the pandemic pal, by the way, I love that. I'm gonna use that phrase. I'll give you credit. So if somebody was interested in adopting Choopy with the whole shutdown going on in Massachusetts right now, I'm sure that there's different ways for potential adopters to come and meet him. So how does that work?
Absolutely. We have had to completely shift the way we do things here, like everyone else in the country right now. And we're doing all appointments only. So whether you need to adopt a pet or you need to surrender a pet, you do need to call the shelter for adoptions. One of our staff will talk to you about the pet you're interested in and kind of go over what their needs are and talk to you about your lifestyle, both currently and what it looks like when we're not in the middle of a massive quarantine, because it is important to remember that while you're home a lot now, you're going to go back to a regular life someday, hopefully in the near future. And you'll want to make sure your pet is going to be consistent with what their needs can be met at that point too. So you just chat with our staff, and if we feel like it's a good match on all ends, we'll schedule an appointment for you to come in and meet the pet, and we'll send you home with them that day. So we're making appointments pretty much within a week at this point. We're doing that to protect both our staff as well as you. We want our adopters to feel safe coming into the building. So, we are wearing protective gear. We're asking all visitors to the shelter to wear protective gear, and we're limiting, one visitor to the shelter at a time to meet prospective adoptive pets, to be able to really limit the interactions here. And we're also cleaning up after the people move through. So, we sterilize and everything before they leave. So
sounds like you have a real good system going there. That's great. I think Choopy says it's time to go.
He's like, hi, extreme close up.
He's got nice neck fur. All right, Crystal. So that sounds great. How's the response been? Have people been coming through?
It's been great. Yeah. We've had plenty of adoptions, go home over the past couple of weeks. We kind of took a week off to game plan and come up with exactly how we could manage things, but it's working out fantastic, and we're finding new homes for pets, which was something we feared. We thought they might be sitting a long time waiting, but there are so many families out there looking to find a new pandemic pal that it's working out great. So
wonderful. Well, I hope Choopy finds a home soon.
And just to reach out, if there are families that can't adopt but still want to help these pets that are still looking for families, we are looking for donations. Being closed down has affected us pretty greatly. So we are looking for monetary donations. Becoming a hero, joining our League of Heroes as a monthly donor would be a huge impact for us right now. Even a small amount every month, when it adds up between people, is going to make a huge difference. So we would appreciate donations.
And that would be at lowellhumanesociety.org.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Thanks for the information, Crystal. We'll see you next week. Stay safe, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
You too now.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.